Welcome to Executioner Joey Beltran, back to the program. Bellator 155. He's fighting Chase Gormley at heavyweight. He's fought at 185 as long ago as September of end of last year, and then moved to 205, and now he's at heavyweight again. Why the weight class change for you, Joey?
I just don't really.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're wearing a shirt and tie. It's not that. It's not that form of an interview. What the hell are you doing?
I'm about to go to work. It all flows into the same answer. So basically, I can't sit around and complain and cry about the pay situation in MMA and the current landscape and how sponsors have dried out. And it's not just in UFC, but just overall in Bellator and MMA in general. I mean, gone are the days when you would get $20,000 for wearing a shirt. Anyhow, that being said, I can't sit around and cry about it. Daddy's still got to go to work. And so I had plenty of experience from sales before I even started training for fighting. And so then I just recently got back into it. I'm selling furniture over at More Furniture for Less and killing it over there, man. On pace to make some serious money. And who would have known selling furniture? But it's real, man. And so that's what I'm doing. That's why I have my shirt and tie. I'm about to go to work. And that being said, as far as the fighting, I don't really have the time to put into cutting weight. It takes a lot of time, meal prepping, eating every 3 hours, extra cardio, all the other bullshit that goes into dropping 40 pounds over a 3-month period. So I just want to go in and have some fun, feel healthy. I hit my cardio. I hit my cardio usually late at night after work, hit a skill practice before, and then on my days off, I just murder myself like 3 times a day, and it's working out. If I pull it off, it'll be pretty cool.
So Chase Gormley's, he is working at a nightclub full time as well, so he doesn't get home till like 2:00 in the morning. He's in bed by 2:30, and he's got kids. He has a newborn in the house, so both of you are kind of in the same situation where you're working full-time jobs while still trying to be a fighter. But Chase is in the beginning of his career where you're more along towards the end of your career, so you're ready to move into the next stage of your life and still competing. Well, he's trying to figure out how to get himself up the upper ranks. He's coming in lighter. He's trying to come in around 255, which means he'll weigh about 260, 265, the heavyweight limit, the night of the fight. What are you going to come in at weight-wise? Because you've been kind of small for the last little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably walk in. Basically, just walking in my normal walk-around weight, like 225. It's going to go out and get in a freaking fist fight, just same way. If Chase Gormley, if a 6'5" or 6'4", 270-pound white dude with a goatee and a beanie got crazy with me and my family in the parking lot of Walmart, I'm not going to be like, hey, how much do you weigh before? No, I'm going to fucking start scrapping, So, I mean, that being said, I got a couple months to get ready for it. I'm up for the challenge. I've fought heavyweights at the highest level, and there's nothing. No disrespect to Chase, but there's nothing that he's going to show me that I haven't seen already.
Yeah, you go through the fight history of both guys. You fought some of the best guys at several weight classes throughout your career, and like we said, Chase is just now getting on board with his. You're 17-12, and he's 12-5, but you've obviously had a lot tougher competition coming through. What is if you had won that fight with Ken McGraw back in September, that fight was at 185, would you have stayed at 185 and continue down that road, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously the wheels would have been rolling. The wheels come off for a second, in that Ken McGraw fight. But that really, it kind of like, so then I had like a mental checklist. I'm like, okay, well, these 85ers, they hit hard, just as hard as the heavyweights, but they don't get tired, and they're fast, and they push a crazy pace the entire time. Heavyweights, yeah, they hit hard, but they're going to get tired. There's going to have that recovery period, and even the ones that are in the best that heavyweight cardio can be, they're going to get tired. There's going to be that little window of opportunity, and that's when I plan to sneak in
and slide. So with Chase, he's got great wrestling. His striking is coming along. It's not amazing, but he is training with the body shop over there with Antonio McKee. And Antonio obviously has got he's very prideful and he feels more comfortable with his coaching because his son, Junior, Antonio McKee Jr. is doing so well. And that's the direct prodigy line of Antonio. One thing that Chase did say when I interviewed him is that they're working on his cardio tremendously to get him in better shape because that's really the way they believe, really the way to win the heavyweight fights is to be in better shape. You're saying the same thing that, hey, these guys are going to fall apart at some point. I'm going to be able to sneak in. How do you see this fight really going? This is going to be a lot more than just a scrap in a Walmart parking lot. I mean, both of you guys are seasoned veterans. Both of you guys understand how the fight game really goes. Is this going to be a stand-up war, or is it going to be in the middle of it where you're going to hit Chase, and Chase is going to have to take you down at some point?
I mean, Chase can say what he wants, and you can develop your skill set as much as the next guy. But at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, you're going to revert back to what you're comfortable. So I know as soon as I put hands on him, he's going to try to wrestle. So I'm not a great wrestler. I don't have a driving double or anything like that, but I'm pretty decent at takedown defense and getting up. And I'm confident that even if I do get taken down, I'm not going to get finished. I'm not going to get submitted. I'm not going to get pounded out. I'm just work, and get up and start fighting again. It's going to be about who really can impose their will upon the other person. If I can keep it on the feet, I have a good chance of winning. That doesn't mean to say that doesn't go without saying that Chase can't knock me out. He's fucking 270 pounds, So I mean, it's definitely going to be a good fight, man. It's going to be a good fight. There's a reason why, even though we're both coming off of losses, that Bellator would trust us to put on a good fight and put us on TV.
You've been with Bellator for a long time, and then you stepped away and fought C3 your last fight, and you won by TKO. Obviously, Bellator has a huge reputation of letting guys fight elsewhere because they can't keep everybody as busy as they want. What would Bellator have to do to make you stop selling furniture and just train to be a fighter and stay at heavyweight? Now, I'm talking about the time to cut weight down, but so how much money? Are we talking about doubling what you're getting paid right now? We have to triple what you're getting paid right now? Because then you have to put in a factor. You can only fight for Bellator maybe twice a year because that's the only space that they have.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. It's not even so much that I'm getting paid peanuts per fight. You know what I mean? It's just that I can only fight 2 times a year. You can't make a living off 2 times a year. So I mean, yeah. I mean, it would really be about if they got their calendar working out and I could stay busy, then I'm okay with the money. But if I would stay at 2 fights a year, then yeah, it'd have to be about double. And yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where it's like, and I'm okay with that. And like, if they're like, no, Joe, you're not worth it, well then it's all good, man. It's all good. Like it's been a great ride. I'm not by any means like hanging on, scratching to like hang on to something that's not there, for a lot of time, fighting was my life, and I based so much on my outside life upon winning or losing, and it really took its toll on my family. And when I look back, I'm like, Jesus, like, it didn't matter. Like the people that loved me, the people that cared about me no matter what. Fighting was, at the end of the day, fighting is just going to be a great, really fun, crazy, up and down roller coaster of a chapter in my life. But when it's over, man. It's all good.
That's Joey Beltran getting ready to fight Chase Gormley coming up here in Bellator 155. CenturyLink Arena, Boise, Idaho. You and Chase are basically 25 miles apart from each other where you train, and you guys are flying all the way to Boise for these battles. When you first started fighting way back in the day, did you ever think that you'd be fighting in the weirdest places that you have fought in? Because you have fought in some seriously, off the map kind of towns. Not saying that Boise is off the map, obviously, because Boise State's up there and they've got a great wrestling program. And obviously, everyone that follows college football knows the blue field, the Smurf Field. So Boise is by no means one of those weird places. But what is the weirdest place that you have fought in that you can recall?
The weirdest place I fought by far is when I won the heavyweight 5150 title, and I fought at a biker rally in, I think the actual name of the town was Shawnee, Oklahoma. Yeah, it was cool, man. I met Chuck Liddell. He put the belt on me. It was a pretty good moment.
And and Shawnee's another place with great high school wrestling. Of course, because I went to the University of Oklahoma and started at Oklahoma State. That all those little small towns in Oklahoma have great wrestling. But you're right. It's like, what am I doing here?
There's like a Popeye's chicken on the corner, and that's it.
and a flashing light. Like they don't have a real stoplight. It's got one flashing light. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, are you surprised by the explosion of MMA in the last? I mean, we could say 10 years, but really the explosion has been over the last 5 years. Like, are you amazed at how much it's exploded?
It's been a weird experience for me. Like, I kind of came in like I struck while the iron's hot, if ever. I remember watching. It's funny. I remember watching Kendall Grove when I was going to college in Hawaii, and everybody was at the bar like, yeah, like this guy's from Hawaii, blah blah blah. And then like I came home, I dropped out of school and came home, and then just started fighting, and then all of a sudden, and boom, like I'm fighting on like local shows like Total Combat and King of the Cage and Gladiator Challenge, and then it was just like within 3 years, and I was in the UFC, and then all of a sudden it was just like a whirlwind. So I kind of didn't really get to see it happen. I was kind of like in the middle of it, even though I was like, lower level, but still, like you're dealing with the stress and the anxiety of actually fighting. You don't really take the time to like see what's going on in the media or whatever. And I've never really been too super active like in Twitter or social media. But like now, like I sit back and it is pretty crazy. But I will say this, it's still funny to me how many times I have to say when people find out that I fight and they ask me, oh, do you do UFC or do you do MMA? And I just, all right. I was all, well, it's the same thing as, do you do football or do you do NFL? Like,
I know, it's like, it's so silly. It's not even that. It's like, do you do NFL or do you do Dallas Cowboys? Because it's like, look, the sport is MMA. The damn promotion is the UFC. It's just one promotion. Like, I know it's so tough, but thank God for the UFC. You gotta give them props because they're like Velveeta cheese. Are you old enough to remember when you go in the grocery store? Hey, can you go pick up some Velveeta? And you weren't going to get Velveeta. You're going to get cheddar, but that meant go get cheese. Like Velveeta became the name for cheese. UFC is the name for MMA right now. Like they've done such a great job of marketing and putting it out there that they control the market. And Bellator, let's be honest, with Scott Coker at the helm, is coming up. Like they're starting to overtake and overrun and getting not overrun, but starting to catch back up. Let's say that. They're never gonna surpass, but it's a good second spot to be in for sure. And the sport has gone nuts in the last 5 years. It's incredible for me to sit here and watch the growth that's happened over this thing. So anyway, I know you got to get to work. I appreciate you coming on. Last question: when they come down to buy furniture from you, is it Joe on your name tag or is it Joey on your name tag?
Joey.
You still use Joey, okay? All right. You're like, hey, which one is more reliable? Who do you feel like buying stuff more from, a Joe or a Joey? So.
Oh, you know what's funny? Just recently is that I had my goatee, and the lady, one of my coworkers, she's like, "You look scary with that." Even she's like, "Unless you're smiling or talking, if you're just standing there, you look scary." I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah, you should shave." I was like, all right. And then I shaved. Sure enough, came in the first day I shaved, freaking sold like $7,000 worth of stuff. It's pretty funny.
So now you're shaving every day.
Oh,
Yeah. Good for you. All right, Joey, have fun with this fight, man. We'll talk again after for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much.